On October 13, 2025, at the Global Women's Summit in Beijing, a single camera shot stunned the room. China's First Lady Peng Liyuan appeared in all black. She didn't speak, yet it felt like she was sending a signal. 3 months earlier, she had greeted leaders at the SCO summit in a white dress with a smile. Now she had switched to a stark black ensemble. Foreign media commented, "This isn't fashion. It's the isotherm of a political climate shift. Black, mourning, or control. Between white and black lies an unspoken narrative of Chinese politics." Don't miss the next drop. Subscribe and enable the bell. This time, the lens wasn't focused on Xi Jinping, but on the silent woman beside him. Peng Liyuan in black. October 13th at the Global Women's Summit in Beijing. The lights were bright across the venue, but she was dressed head to toe in black, like a cipher. Just 3 months earlier, she'd worn a white dress and a gentle smile at the SCO summit, accompanying Xi in receiving foreign leaders. From white to black, the smile unchanged. What exactly lies behind it? One netizen's line shot onto the hot search, "This isn't fashion. It's a signal." Foreign media went further. From white to black marks a turning point in the CCP's political temperature. Because in Chinese culture, black and white are never neutral tones. Black signifies solemnity and power. White symbolizes purity and farewell. From heavenly white to infernal black. Is she bidding the past goodbye, or sending someone off? Stranger still, just before and after her black-clad appearance, an older photo went viral overseas. Peng Liyuan in military uniform, wearing rank insignia, conducting cadre evaluation research. That's right, she is not a retired, behind-the-scenes spouse, but a major general rank cadre who still holds real power in the military. Information indicates she still carries the title full-time member of the Central Military Commission Cadre Evaluation Committee, a post that holds the power of life and death over senior officers' promotions. Some put it bluntly, the black outfit is a signal, the uniform is power. White dress to greet foreign dignitaries, uniform to evaluate generals. What exactly is this First Lady? A figure of soft diplomacy, or the true shadow power within Zhongnanhai? In today's episode, we'll unpack this black and white duel, from the political code behind colors to the little-known red power line that runs through Peng Liyuan's career, from white-clad diplomacy to the black-clad signal. October 13th, 2025, Beijing. At the Global Women's Summit held at the National Convention Center, leaders and delegates from many countries gathered for what should have been an open, collegial international occasion. Yet outside attention quickly converged on China's First Lady, Peng Liyuan. She appeared in a rare all-black suit, casting a chill and a mystery over the event's otherwise light atmosphere. Just 3 months earlier, in July 2025 during the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, Peng had appeared in a long white dress. She smiled gently then, accompanying Xi Jinping in receiving the spouses of multiple heads of state. Now, however, her all-black look at an international women's conference felt unusually uncanny, especially under a theme of empowering women and promoting equality. The austere palette seemed to exude an ineffable mood. In the Chinese cultural context, black and white are not neutral. Black connotes solemnity and mourning. White connotes farewell and closure. Foreign outlets thus commented, Peng Liyuan's shift from white to black is not merely a change of attire, but more like a shaded line marking the temperature of China's political climate. On social media, some quipped, "From heavenly white to infernal black. This is the world's most symbolic fashion show." Others remarked, "Her smile hasn't changed, but the barometric pressure in the background has." The cultural and political meanings behind the colors. Since becoming First Lady in 2013, Peng Liyuan has mostly presented a gentle public image. Whether visiting Europe, attending the UN General Assembly, or traveling in Africa, her wardrobe has consistently been graceful, elegant, and approachable, hailed as a visual calling card of China's soft power. But black is rare for her. This black-clad appearance coincides with the eve of the CCP's fourth plenum. Some analysts believe such pre-plenum black may be a deliberate choice, or an unspoken hint. Color is part of political language, analysts note. Especially in Chinese political culture, black and white signify life and death, power and fate. Peng's shift isn't necessarily about fashion. It may reflect a change in the regime's climate. Uniform photos resurface. Another power signal. At the same time, another older photo has been circulating widely on overseas platforms. Previously, Hong Kong media reported that Peng in her capacity as full-time member of the CMC Cadre Evaluation Committee, conducted field research on military talent selection and cadre assessment. This information was not reported by official mainland outlets and did not appear on national newscasts. Observers broadly noted that this means she not only retains a military position within the system, but also directly participates in evaluating and selecting senior military cadres. Under PLA service regulations, Peng, born in 1962, would ordinarily have reached the retirement age for a full military region grade officer by 2022. The fact that she can still hold a post and enjoy corresponding benefits indicates a special political status. The release of this photo triggered new readings of her military clout. As a major general rank singer who rose through the military arts system, Peng not only has extensive connections inside the PLA, she also long served as head of the General Political Department Song and Dance Troupe, managing hundreds of uniformed performers. Her research and evaluation work involves promotions, talent pipelines, and the placement of younger forces within the military, suggesting her influence reaches far beyond that of a typical first lady. A former mainland journalist commented, "Black clothing is a signal. The uniform is power." The line spread widely on social media, laying bare a sensitive dual reading of Peng's identity. On the one hand, she projects a soft, elegant image in diplomatic settings. On the other, her military role indicates practical decision-making weight and influence. This dual role makes her a fusion of cultural soft power and symbol of authority inside the CCP apparatus, and has fueled speculation that she may be involved in higher-level political maneuvering. Observers point out that Peng's power in the military is not merely symbolic. Serving on the CMC Cadre Evaluation Committee implies participation in assessments of officers at the full and deputy theater command level posts that shape the future leadership pipeline and power balance within the PLA. By holding evaluation authority, she can influence the promotion trajectories of younger generals and even cultivate a support network within the ranks, long recognized historically as a key vector by which political power extends into the military. Tracing the red path, from military songstress to system symbol. Before becoming First Lady, Peng Liyuan was already a leading figure in China's cultural apparatus. In the 1980s, she rose to fame as a soloist in the PLA General Political Department Song and Dance Troupe, voicing On the Hopeful Fields and My Motherland, an era when song and politics were tightly bound. In 1984, she joined the troupe. The next year, she was chosen to play Sheer in the opera The White-Haired Girl. The production was hailed then as a red classic, and Peng became a new standard-bearer for revolutionary arts. Her artistic path moved almost in lockstep with the state's propaganda line. In 1983, when North Korean leader Kim Jong-il visited China, she sang The Flower Girl in Korean for him, her first appearance on the international political stage. Her songs have always been in tune with state celebrations. After the 1989 Tiananmen crackdown, PLA Pictorial published a photo of her performing for the martial law troops in Tiananmen. That image later became the most sensitive photo of her career and has been thoroughly scrubbed from the Chinese internet. Commentators observed that in that moment, Peng was a singer of the system, voicing paeans to the CCP. The price and payoff of red art. Peng's ascent at root cannot be separated from the CCP's propaganda system and long-running cultural projects. In the 1980s, her repertoire was not only artistic output but a component of the national narrative. Each stage appearance, each red song, deftly embedded into a political context to serve ideology. In the 1990s, she became a Spring Festival gala mainstay, her annual presence reinforcing her tight linkage to state propaganda. In the 21st century, her public persona was meticulously refashioned into a symbol of cultural confidence, tasked with showcasing China's soft power abroad. Her status was not incidental. Behind the title First Lady lies years of cultivation by the Red System. A carefully designed figure, shaped and pushed into the public eye as a near-perfect spokesperson. Her music, stagecraft, even wardrobe have not been purely artistic expression but extensions of the propaganda machine. Each public appearance, be it a gentle red anthem, a power-signaling uniform, or diplomatic evening wear, conveys a political signal. Beyond Black, the silent goodwill ambassador. In 2014, Peng was appointed UNESCO Special Envoy for the advancement of girls and women's education. In a speech at UNESCO headquarters in Paris, she called on the world to focus on girls' education. Let every girl have equal access to schooling. The image found broad international approval, as if she had become a global emblem of women's education. Reality is more complex. Around the same time, China saw a series of shocking cases, such as the chained woman and trafficking of women. Yet Peng remained silent, offering no public response. That absence drew criticism from international feminist groups. As a global education envoy for women, why is she silent in the face of women's suffering in her own country? A Europe-based scholar put it bluntly. She speaks loftily about girls' education on the international stage, yet chooses silence about domestic suffering. The silence is not merely personal. It is the price of the system. Her role is deeply entangled with politics and power. For that reason, when she appeared in a black suit at the Global Women's Summit in 2025, the visual and symbolic contrast was especially striking. At an international forum ostensibly championing women's power and equality, the figure on center stage embodied silence and severity. Black not only underscored solemnity and power but also seemed to hint at the absence or constraint of voice. The scene felt ironic to many observers. At a global women's event symbolizing empowerment and equality, the leading female representative chose silence and obliqueness, the silent narrative between black and white. From the white-clad smile at the July 2025 SCO Summit, to the black-clad austerity at the October Global Women's Summit, and on to the power signals contained in uniformed fieldwork, Peng Liyuan's every move seems to tell a silent yet meaningful story. Her smile remains gentle, but the lighting, colors, and camera focus lend it an unspoken tension. The stark contrasts, white versus black, soft versus cold, stage versus power, prompt an unavoidable question. What message is she sending? On this track of power, is she a gentle spokesperson of the CCP, or a potential power holder quietly arranging pieces behind the scenes? Every public appearance, every wardrobe choice, reads like a line of political code. The answer remains unknown, but the world's gaze is firmly fixed on each step taken by this woman in black. Every smile may conceal a story of power larger than the stage and may foreshadow subtle shifts soon to come on China's political theater.